Welcome and thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight. Former President Donald Trump is expected to turn himself in to authorities tomorrow after being indicted. You're looking at a live Trump Tower shot here in New York City. The former president is reportedly staying there tonight. The arraignment is set for 1:15 p.m. Houston time. While the exact charges remain under seal, this indictment stems from the alleged 2016 hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels and former Playboy model Karen McDougal. Despite the allegations, Trump says he is innocent. Our panelists are here tonight to discuss this. So, Oliver and Eric, you both are attorneys here tonight. What will this look like? This is the first time we've seen this in history.
Well, I think my friend Eric here said it's going to be a zoo or a big circus. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I'm paying attention to what the right is doing. They're very conscientious of not getting out there making a fool out of themselves as to what happened over like January 6th. So I think they're going to be a little bit more reserved. I think there's going to be much to do about nothing about this, that you're going to see the reactions. There will be some supporters because people support the president or former president. You may see some counter-protesters. I spoke to my friends in New York. They're saying that New Yorkers don't care. They're just like, they just want to get to work. So they're worried about traffic jams. That's it. So I don't expect to see big sparks tomorrow, but I do expect to see an upset as far as the media has been talking about what he's going to be charged with. I think if those 30 counts that's been rumored come to be true, it may be something more serious than this whole Stormy Daniels thing. So I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
And Oliver, throughout the process, media, pundits have all been wrong through this process. And so we didn't expect the indictment last week.
Exactly.
And at one point, the president said he would be indicted the following Tuesday. It didn't happen. So
I think that there's been some fake leaks here, maybe even done by the prosecutor to try to throw them off. Just like you were announcing that I guess it's going to be at 1:15 Houston time.
That may be wrong.
That may be wrong because that goes against the norm of the Secret Service of it's a secret. They may go in there early, go in there later. So because they have to protect him as a former president. But I expect us to see maybe some more serious charges, which may change the way that people are looking at this.
Absolutely. We can get there as members of the media at like 9 o'clock. Oh, we did that at 7:15. Sorry, guys.
Yes, exactly.
So, Eric, Dick, your thoughts on what we can expect tomorrow? You are an attorney. You've dealt with these types of situations where people have been arraigned. That's not your focus now. But what can we expect tomorrow?
Well, I think it's going to be extremely disruptive for Manhattan. They're going to have to shut down pretty much the entire area. They're going to shut down all the other courts except for that one court just for Donald Trump. I think they're going to be biting off like a big bite. Everything's going to be shut down around it just for one person. And I think it's disruptive to their system. But
it is the former president of the United States.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, something unprecedented.
And that there might be a reason why it's unprecedented, because it's going to put a lot of strain on their system. And I think it's going to be extremely disruptive. And I think you're going to have a lot of people outside that are upset and happy. You're going to have all sorts of different views. I think it's going to be a spectacle.
All right, Dr. David Branham from the University of Houston downtown, your thoughts on what we can see or expect to see tomorrow in New York City?
Well, I think Eric talked a lot about, what we can see as far as the public is concerned. The issue, I think, politically will be how the reaction will be across the country. So New York will be the focus point, but the entire world will be looking at it, and you'll be seeing reactions from the entire world as a result. 39% of the country in the latest poll by CNN said they wanted to see Donald Trump president. So you're indicting a person that 39% of the population want to see president, and most of those are Republicans. So there's a really good chance that he's going to get the Republican nomination going forward. So, and he is the favorite. So the focal point will be on New York. All eyes will be there, but the reaction will be around the entire country.
And Dallas, I heard an interesting comment today where someone said Donald Trump's indictment will be his running mate because he will use it to raise money. He will use it to get his base out to vote. Your thoughts on that?
Well, he's doing it. I think to the good doctor's point, I mean, it's already taken off. Since this indictment has come out, you know, Donald Trump has raised $7 million in his campaign is what has been put out. As we see Asa Hutchinson of Arkansas getting into the race, you know, DeSantis is in the race, Nikki Haley is in the race. This is going to help those proud and true boys, for lack of a better term, that support Donald Trump. This is going to help fire and embolden them. And it's going to help him run away with the Republican Party. Now, you know, from where I sit, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the Republican Party, you know, when it comes to the upcoming presidential election.
No, DeSantis was his biggest challenger, according to all polls. Will this shut DeSantis down?
Well, as you can see, we've seen this DeSantis, you know, going at Alvin Bragg and really trying to toe that line to really, you know, keep at least somewhat interested those staunch Trump supporters. But the question is, can he peel enough of those off to be viable? And as this stands right now, I don't think that he can. I think the way Donald Trump became president was that he won the nomination when he was not expected to, and what started out as a joke. And I think those people that believed in him then still believe in him now and will still propel him to that nomination.
Yeah, this indictment is not going. It's not going to make Donald Trump lose one voter.
And in fact, I think what DeSantis is doing is really wise. He's going to go and attack the Democrat and support who their front leader is right now. But I think he's actually threading the needle real well there, because what will happen is if these charges turn out to be more serious, then he can pop up and be the front runner, and then they can just throw Donald Trump under the bus and move on with DeSantis. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see that internal party politics play on.
But you know what, Oliver? Even I think no matter the magnitude of these indictments, I think, you know, to Isaiah's point, that he's not going to lose that wasn't your point, that was yours, but he's not going to lose a single voter, you know, because I think what is being created, even more than it was, is this cult-like
But if the charges are more serious than what's being reported, that could hurt him. I believe that could hurt him. Say that you start getting into how he was misevaluating properties, and they went after that angle on him, where he was buying a property at $10 million, then put it on a valuation for $100 million to get the loans.
But do you think his supporters will really care about that?
No, I don't believe his supporters will, but I believe that you still have to think about middle America. And middle America, that's going to damage him, and then it's going to be up to the Democrats to come up with a better candidate than Biden.
I think Donald Trump helped cause one of the biggest upheavals in American democracy on January 6th. And even now, after the country watched that, he is still the leading candidate for the Republican nomination.
But he didn't cause January 6th.
All right, Eric, let's get your closing comments.
This is going to be an extremely hard case for the district attorney's office to prosecute. And the reason being, I mean, besides having a large sum of money to fight against, because he already raised $7 million. $7 million is a great defense. But besides all that, they have to pick a jury of 12, and they have to unanimously give a guilty verdict. I don't think that's possible, because I think you're going to have a lot of jurors that have already made up their mind. This is going to be a very, very hard task for the district attorney's office. And historically, whenever you indict, you know, political figures, it does not turn out well for the state.
All right, we'll call you guys back tomorrow if you have time.